Welcome back to my channel. Now, as you can see, I'm not in my normal environment. I'm on vacation, but I did watch this Tyler Perry movie. And before I get started, make sure you help the channel out. You subscribe, you hit that like, you share, okay? Because there's a lot of things happening in this movie. So let's get into it. Now, I got into the first, 10 minutes of it. And I was just like, here we go. Wash, rinse, and repeat. The same old thing, the same old story. A Black woman struggling, being exhausted, the role of the church. And was it a mockery of the church, or is this what church is really about? But in the eyes of Tyler Perry and a lot of his audience, I guess this is what people want. This is what people want to see. An exhausted Black woman trying to work her marriage out, figure out her life. What am I going to do with myself? And being berated over and over again. Now, watching this movie, I just felt like, when is enough enough? Okay? Tyler Perry. I want to say we don't want to see this no more, but apparently a lot of y'all do. Okay? And now I know Megan Good is a good actress. She said that Tyler Perry paid her highest, salary. And I saw she got a producer credit on this too. So I wonder if that fell into it also. But to me, it was like more the same thing. And it feels like trauma narrative sells. And I'm sorry, y'all, where I'm staying right now, there's like a main street, so you might hear a lot of noise in the background, so I apologize. But it just feels like it's the same old story. A Black woman must die exhausted. A Black woman, our experiences are exhausting. And I get in one aspect that does show how it's our real lives, but I want to see myself celebrated. I want to see myself excelling, excited, but it's the same story over and over. And it's interesting how all three of some of the characters in this movie, Corey, Megan, Tina Knowles' ex-husband, have all been through divorces, okay, over the last couple of years. And I'm wondering, when was this movie filmed? Because that plays a role into, maybe they brought their own experiences into this. I'm not sure. And side note, okay, it feels like Corey Hardick, his career has only evolved and gotten better since he divorced Tina. And quiet as it's kept, people do, not Tina, Tia. And quiet as it's kept, some people feel like Tia is a controlling person. We saw some of that in her show back in the day with her sister. Now she's coming out with a new show. Okay, I wonder if it's gonna be the same thing. We can talk about that a little bit later. But in this movie, it just felt like, okay, here we go. It starts with a mother at a funeral, the church not doing what she want, and mama was about it. Okay, she was great. She took off that hat. She was like, get my son out of here. And so I'm just like, okay, we're starting with the church. Here we go again. The church, the struggle, a family being in the church, involved in the church in the South, rural South. Here we are again. Okay. I'm like, okay, come on now. Let me try it. Let me keep watching it. And then we start seeing Megan Good and her dynamics with her relationship with the family, with the church, with her own family. Okay. Is this our stories? And Tyler Perry has said over and over again, he gets his scripts, his ideas from experiences that he had growing up with women, sisters, cousins, things like that. But I just feel like it's the same thing. Okay, but there are a lot of you guys who really enjoy his movies. And I want to know, what is it about it that you guys continue to watch? You come in my comments saying, well, if it ain't for you, just don't watch it. Okay, but it goes into what we see in a lot of movies, a lot of TV shows. It's the narrative that trauma sells. A lot of shows I am watching, a lot of movies I am watching, it continues to be the trauma narrative. Okay, our trauma is for sale. Black women are a monolith. We're all the same. We're all just struggling. We have hard marriages. But what else is there out there? And some of these studios, I wonder, I know Tyler Perry has his own studio, but the money backing it also comes from sometimes white investors. So you're looking at our stories being portrayed and the money behind it being from a white funding source. Is this what they believe we want to see? Or is this what they believe we are only capable of? Okay. And it's just the same recycled narrative storyline, and it's exhausting. I'm a successful Black woman. I have a successful marriage. I have businesses. And there are more people out there like me, lots of women like me. But if we continue to have this narrative that there are not, that this is what we are, this character of making good, then it perpetuates a narrative that this is as much as I can get, that I should settle, that I'm never going to have the healthy relationship, I'm never going to have the successful career. Everything around me shows me that that's not what I'm getting. I'm seeing other Black women on TikTok, these dating apps, magazines sharing their horrible stories. And then I'm also seeing it in TV shows, movie productions, and some of the biggest people in Hollywood are creating their stories around the same thing. So it makes me think, okay, what are people pouring into themselves? They're pouring that this is as good as it gets. I should stay in an unhappy marriage. I should settle, okay? Or I'm at a certain age where I can tell marriage isn't for me. I'm never gonna find my person, so why even try anymore? I feel like those are two of the thinking boats that we're in nowadays, and these movies such as Tyler Perry's, they perpetuate that narrative. And as much as people are not staying in unhealthy marriages anymore, there are a lot of people who are still scared to walk away, to, in some people's eyes, start all over from the bottom. Because even in my work I do with clients, people really feel like I'm at an age, my late 30s, early 40s, I have not had a child, I'm in a relationship, or I'm single. Why do I want to give myself to somebody and start all over? At least I know this person that I'm with, even if they're not the healthiest, I know what I'm getting. And the devil I know is better than the devil that I don't know. So you have this basis of, I'm not being beat. Yeah, people, these are the basics that I hear in relationships. Well, he's not beating me. He's kind of cheating, but okay, he did it once or twice, but all right. And I know who he is. So why do I want to go out there and find something that I don't know? Okay, so these are the basics I'm hearing in relationships nowadays, is that, well, you know, I got something. And from what my friends are telling me, from what I'm seeing, it's not nothing in the streets for me. Okay, and there's also the narrative of people who have friends who are in unhealthy marriages and relationships. So if you're that single friend and you have women around you who are in unhealthy marriages and relationships, well, damn, I don't want that. Okay, so why am I gonna put myself out there to end up like them? They're not happy. They have the title of wife, they have the title of girlfriend, but they're not really happy. So why am I gonna put myself out there to get into that? Over here, I got my own place. I might be struggling, but I'm paying my bills. I ain't gotta worry about nobody else. I wake up on my own. I got it good over here. But there's a lot of people who are married, who are in healthy relationships, but people like Tyler Perry at times feels like they make a mockery of marriages. They make it sound like it's only one way. And the only way that we see is to struggle, okay? To be at the point where you are breaking, you are exhausted, okay? You're at a point where you can go no further. That's what this movie continued to perpetuate to me. It's just like, here we go again. Now it's going to be my job to have a Black woman call me and tell me I'm just at a point in my life where I feel like there's nothing out there for me. There's no men out there for me. There's no one healthy out there for me. So I'm, as a therapist, having to unwork the narrative that they saw growing up, that they see in the media, that they see in these movies. And it's really hard because at times it feels like we're in this cycle, this continuum of just like negativity when it comes to relationships, how Black women show up, how we see ourselves, how we show up in the world. And you also have the world telling you, stay in the box, okay? Be quiet, show up, get a paycheck, and take what we're giving you. Don't have no say, don't have no autonomy, don't even come to me about getting no raise, no extra pay, because Becky over there, she's in line for the promotion, okay? Lakeisha, you ain't. Okay, Lakeisha, you might have the degrees, you might be working hard, you might be here longer, but Becky, daddy own this company, girl. And if I want to keep my job, I got to hire Becky. Okay, so it's all these systems that we're trying to work against. And the movie just continues to show that if you really want to work against this system, this is what you have to go through. And for some people, they feel like, okay, I'm finally seeing my story out there. I'm in an unhealthy relationship. I have problems with the man's mother, father. I'm struggling with my relationship with the church. The church says one thing, but their actions say another. So there are a lot of people who do feel seen watching this movie, watching his films. And to me, I wonder if that is the audience who enjoys watching this stuff because they feel seen. As much as there are a demographic who feels like this is exhausting, what is he doing? I'm tired of this. There's a whole nother demographic that's like, oh, this is my life. This is my story. I feel seen. And as I said in a lot of my videos, people are wanting connection. People are wanting to be seen, heard, and felt. Okay? And at times, Tyler Perry feeds into those people feeling needed, heard, and seen. All of his shows, all of his, all of it is all the same. The only things that we have seen that were different were things that he did not actually write. Because there have been a couple of movies where he wasn't actually the main person who was creating everything, and now it's a lot different. But when you look at Brothers, Sisters, Meet the Browns, I used to watch, I tried Brothers and it was terrible. I watched 2 episodes and it was terrible. Sisters, I watched 1 episode, it was terrible. Okay, now I used to watch that show, what was the one where it was a small city, or it was a small town and a lot of people were sleeping with each other? It was the same night for 1 entire season. I'm just like, how y'all know I'm not that dumb. No, y'all see that, right? I can tell it's the same night, 10 episodes in a row. I can't remember what it was called, but let me know in the comments if y'all remember that. But a lot of it's all the same, y'all. Okay? And now he got new shows coming out. Can we get something different? Can we see like Supercell? Can we see Black people in sci-fi? Can we see Black people being successful in their careers? But we're continuing to see these actresses, actors with big names, Kelly Rowland, Megan Good, coming into his films, and I'm not sure if we get excited or we're like, okay, Kelly Rowland, okay, let's see this. Oh, walked away from her whole career over a man. A lot of it didn't make sense in that movie. She threw her phone away. She did her Mary J. Blige and walked away. Okay, but it's all the same. Rinse and repeat, recycle. Okay, but let me know your thoughts. Did you like the film? Maybe it's something I missed. Okay, maybe it was that, yes, through it all, she came out in the end and she had a successful life, but she had to go through the most to get there. Okay, but make sure you guys like and subscribe. I really appreciate y'all. We just hit 3,000 plus and we're only gonna grow. Okay, now some of y'all come in my comments and be like, we really love this, go watch something else. Okay, but y'all came to my channel. But I will see you guys in the next video.